y'all, it's Lacey, the Catholic icing lady, and today I'm going to show you how to draw St. Patrick with his shamrock and the little snake he banishes from Ireland and everything. But first, I'd like to share this printable craft with you that you can find at catholicicing.com. It has St. Patrick and St. Brigid. They print on a flat piece of paper, and then you just cut it out, roll them into a tube, give it a staple or fix it with some tape, and they stand up. This makes it the perfect craft to use as a centerpiece, a decoration, or even kind of like a toy. I also have a Trinity book that's a picture book for kids and perfect for learning about St. Patrick. I'll put links to both of these printable downloads in the description below. Okay, so we're going to get started drawing St. Patrick now, right in the middle of our paper. So we're going to start with his hat. It's going to go on top of his head, so it's going to go near the top of the paper. We're going to make a slightly curved line, then two short straight lines coming up. Then, because it's a bishop's hat, a mitre, we're going to make it pointy at the top. So we're going to bring a line coming over to the middle and then from the other side meeting at the top in a point. Okay, now we're going to put in two lines here. It's going to be his face. Okay, now we're going to make a bump that looks kind of like an M at the bottom there, and that's going to become his mustache. Now we're going to draw his beard coming around. I'm going to make a point at the bottom, and that's where his beard's going to end. Then from each side of his hat, I'm going to bring it down and curve to that point. See how I brought it kind of in and then back out? Now on this side, I'm just going to curve, and it's going to make his beard kind of point to one side. Okay, now we're going to put in his face. So we're going to start with two dots for his eyes. Very simple. A little upside down 7 for a nose. Then we're going to put in his mouth, which is a half circle because he's smiling. Okay, now we're going to add his arms and his robe. So first we're going to come out, down, and back in for this arm. And for his other arm, we're going to come down more at an angle, then up. And that's his sleeve, and then bring it back down to make the elbow. So he's got one arm up and one arm that's out. Now we're going to go ahead and bring down our line all the way down to where his feet will be, and across, and then we're going to connect it to that arm line. So that makes his robe. Okay, now we're going to put in his crozier, which is his bishop's staff. It looks kind of like a shepherd's staff. So first, I'm going to make a little thumb because his thumb's going to go in front of the staff. Then we're going to make the line come all the way down to the ground because the staff's very long. And across and back up really tall and really skinny, and also going behind that thumb. So we get this stick. So we're going to go ahead and bring it up as if it continues behind his thumb, then curve around like a snail shell. See that? Now we're going to continue the second line up, and we're going to mirror our snail shell, and we're just going to go in and put another line right beside it that does exactly the same thing and end it in the middle. If at any point I move too quickly for you, feel free to just pause the video. Okay, we're going to put the rest of his hand in behind his staff there, and it's just a really simple mitten-shaped hand. Now we're going to add two little feet poking out from the bottom of his robe. Now we're going to put in his other hand, but we're going to do it really specifically so he can hold a shamrock. So on this right side, we're going to bring a line up for his hand, then curve it around and add 4 bumps for his fingers. just like that. Then we're going to bring up a line from the bottom here and make a line like that. And that's kind of like his thumb, like he's gripping something. So then from the top of that, it's going to allow us to put in a little stem, and then we can draw a shamrock. So the thing about a shamrock is it has 3 leaves because St. Patrick used it to teach about the Trinity. So it's 1 shamrock but 3 parts, just like we have 1 God but 3 persons in that 1 God. Okay, we're going to add in some details on his hat, just like that, and make another one on the other side. So it'll leave some kind of stripes on his hat. So it gets kind of like an L and a backwards L. Now we're going to make kind of a Y shape on his robes to give him a similar pattern on his robes, like priests or bishops will have. So we're going to bring it down and then across and down. Then we're going to mirror this line here to make kind of a V shape at the top, and overall that makes kind of a Y on his robes there. Now we're going to add in a snake on the ground going away from him, because it is said that St. Patrick beat a drum and made all the snakes leave Ireland. So it's a wiggly line and then a curve at the top and another wiggly line with a point. So it's curvy on one end for his head and pointy at the other end. We're going to give him a little snake tongue that is shaped like a Y. And then I'm going to put stripes on him because I love snakes with stripes. And we're going to get to the head and we'll leave his head all one color. So we won't put stripes on his head. Okay, we're going to add a little bit more detail to his clothes. So I'm going to put these little symbols in that look kind of Celtic, like Irish, and symbolize the Trinity. So it starts with kind of a football shape, like that, pointing up. Then we're going to do another one to the left and connect it. And then another one to the right and connect it. And it kind of symbolizes the Trinity. It's kind of very similar to a shamrock, and it looks like the line just keeps going and going. And we're going to put in another shape just like that on his robes down here at the bottom. So I think let's try to put it in at the middle of this Y shape. So let's do a football shape here. Then a second football shape to this side. And a third football shape going down and connect them all in the middle. Now we're going to make some zigzag shapes to put some grass in at the bottom, some jaggy grass. And I'm going to curve it around almost like he's standing on a hill. And I'll make sure the grass goes above the snake here so it looks like they're on the same hill. And then I think it'd be really cool if we brought and put in some more shamrocks, like he was teaching some people about God and he was preaching and he looks down and he sees a shamrock and he thinks, yes, that will help explain the mystery of the Holy Trinity to them. And he plucks a shamrock. So we're just going to put some shamrocks growing around him on the ground. If you guys enjoy my how to draw videos and my videos in general, I'd really appreciate it if you just hit the subscribe button. That way you'll be subscribed to my channel and you can know when I have future how to draw videos. You can keep up with that. Okay, I'm going to put in just a little bit more detail in here. Trying to decide where else I might want some shamrocks. Put in a few more fluffy round clovers. And that's it. So now you guys can watch me color St. Patrick in fast motion with my markers. I'm starting with a skin tone. Then I'm making his robes green because everyone thinks of green when they think of St. Patrick and Ireland and St. Patrick's Day. And some of the details in yellow and a nice orange beard. More green for the shamrocks and the grass. My marker set has several shades of green, so I'm able to add some shading in the edges here. Then I'm going to make my snake rainbow striped, all different colors. If you would like to try to match my colors, just go ahead and pause the video so you can match them yourself.